An attraction at Walt Disney World may have resulted in a horrific injury, a terrible accident, and almost no media coverage. Now, the Walt Disney World Resort, after having faced a lawsuit, is perhaps closing that attraction forever. Today, we'll tell you where it is, what happened, and why this looks worse than ever for Disney. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Pro Channel. Happy Friday, TGIF. Are you looking forward to the weekend? I know I am. There's lots of trouble, lots of strife all over the US of A today. And of course, we've got the stuff out of the UK talking about they're going to ban Twitter. Folks, contention is among us, but we here are ready to straighten the path and to tell the truth as best we can. If you like that kind of stuff, click the like button, drop a comment down below, and you know what? If you're not yet subscribed, well, we're aiming for you. We are going on over to a website that I just love, and I don't know, we've had positive and pleasant conversations, Tom Bricker and I, but I think he does some of the best work ever over at Disney Tourist Blog, and this is one of those. The article is called Disney World Files Humunga Cowabunga Construction Permit Following Viral Lawsuit. Now, almost everybody has gotten this wrong, and I know some of you say right now, oh, come on, bro, it's a water park. Stay with me. You won't believe how badly Disney has acted. It will make your stomach turn, your skin crawl. I hate to do that to you on a Friday, but Disney deserves it this time. All right, this is a water park. I love this water park. I love Typhoon Lagoon way more than Blizzard Beach. I love Typhoon Lagoon more than almost any water park in the world. But something happened, and it was tragic and unfortunate. But what Disney did afterwards may have been worse, and Tom is covering this. New construction permits suggest that Walt Disney World is likely to rebuild or replace Humunga Cowabunga, the subject of a lawsuit that went viral back in 2023 after a guest sustained injuries on the water slide at Typhoon Lagoon. Okay, so this is one of those not fun injuries that we're going to talk about, okay? Humunga Cowabunga is one of those speed slides. It goes, and it's not vertical. It was built in '89, so, it's not extreme. But if you ride it with your legs uncrossed, especially if you're a lady, it could go badly. Now, the news media reported this, as Tom says, as violent or painful wedgie. And that was funny, right? And so people clicked on it. And I actually put a post out there on the Patreon maybe a week ago where I said, this was poorly handled by the media and horrifically handled by Disney. What actually happened is that this lady landed so hard that her legs became uncrossed, and then she suffered really, really bad injuries to her pelvic region, like really bad. Not good, not wedgie, really bad injuries. And Disney went into litigation with her. Let me read about this, okay? The allegations in the complaint are disturbing and not what you'd expect when hearing quote-unquote wedgie. It goes on to talk about what happened, just to say it was really, really, really bad, all right? Media has this odd habit of turning legitimate litigation into catchy headlines or punchlines, and it's those buzzwords or snippets and not the facts as conclusively established that end up sticking. Okay? Now, what did Disney do? What did Disney do in response to this woman who had to be taken by ambulance and required extensive medical assistance? Okay? And here's the slide, by the way. You can see the slide here. What did Disney do? Well, other than they got her to the hospital, so good for them, they got her an ambulance. After that, the lawyers came in. And the lawyers fought her tooth and nail. It says, the Humunga Cowabunga case was voluntarily dismissed with prejudice by the plaintiff after 2 years of litigation. A few things are worth pointing out here. First, that this was not thrown out by the judge. A voluntary dismissal, especially one with prejudice, could be indicative of a settlement. Second, the case progressed pretty far through the legal system over the past few years, suggesting it was not frivolous. If it were, Disney likely would have been able to have it summarily dispensed with. Instead, the litigation went to and failed court-ordered mediation and was slated to proceed to trial. That usually does not happen in a case wholly without merit. Finally, Disney disclosed during discovery that 2 other women sustained similar injuries. This is the big deal, folks. Listen to this. This is why you're here. This is why we do what we do. Disney disclosed that 2 other women have had similar injuries within 1 month of another. Now, I have had family members, male and female, go down this slide. I don't particularly like speed slides, but they've gone down these, and I didn't have any hesitation about it. But I would have to say that if you're a woman, and if you're wearing particular types of clothing going down the slide, and you hit hard, and your legs become uncrossed, it's dangerous. Okay? It really is. And the fact that Disney disclosed that 2 other women suffered the same injury reveals that. Now, here's the disgusting part of it, okay? Yes, it looks now like this woman achieved a settlement, but I guarantee you she didn't want to have the injuries that she had. We're not going to talk about them. Unpleasant. And you'll understand why in just a second. This woman, I guarantee you, would have preferred to not had done any of this and just not had her pelvis and her most sensitive areas damaged in the way that they were. What disgusts me about this, and this is what you need to know, the Walt Disney Company, rather than saying, you know what, ma'am, we're going to take care of you. We're going to take care of you, and we're going to do an investigation. We're going to figure this out, and we're going to close down the slide. This slide has been running ever since then. The lawyers came in and fought this woman, tooth and nail, for years. And here's what I said on the Patreon. This is why I find this so grotesque, what Disney did. I believe, and I have the right to believe this, that what the Walt Disney Company did is they fought her in court with the threat that she would have to have images, I believe this, folks, images of her most sensitive area, injured, put on display in order to win this case. And this brave woman, I believe, fought them all the way until they finally settled. But for years, the company fought this woman with the slide open. And only now that the lawsuit has been settled after years of fighting this woman, are they apparently getting permits to fix this slide or destroy it forever. And I hate to see something destroyed. This is a slide that for the most part has been, enjoyed by many people. And I hate to see a slide go down, especially when it's been there for years. I hope it's modified. I think there are ways to do this that'll keep it safe for everybody. That's what they should do. But the fact that they had multiple women suffering the same injury, folks, this is terrible. Multiple women suffered the same injury and they didn't close the slide and say, you know what, we're going to fix this. It took a freaking lawsuit. And it didn't take just the freaking lawsuit, because then they played hardball with a woman that they absolutely devastated anatomically. They fought her tooth and nail, and only in the settlement have they brought this in. This is grotesque stuff. This is the kind of actions from really a bad company. I'm not calling the cast members bad. I think they did the right thing. Whoever's in charge of Disney Legal and the executives at the Disney C-suite, man, they're just terrible. They're just terrible. They're subhuman in some ways on this stuff. Why? What is the purpose? Why would you not say, ma'am, you suffered an obvious injury as a result of this slide. We don't care if your legs became uncrossed at the end of the slide. We know we tell you to keep your legs crossed. Ma'am, we're going to take care of you and we're going to fix this. Why would you not do that? Why are we here making this video today? Because malevolent incompetence, I believe, and I'm allowed to believe that. It says all of this brings us to January 2026, when Walt Disney World filed a new construction permit yesterday that suggests Humunga Cowabunga water slide at Typhoon Lagoon is either being repaired, replaced, or rebuilt. The permit specifically names Humunga Cowabunga along with the address with the scope of work as general construction. The tried and true vague catch-all description that's basically code for we don't want to say what exactly we're doing. The permit is assigned to ProSlide Technology Incorporated as contractor. ProSlide touts itself as the world's leading water slide manufacturer, supplying high-performance water rides and attractions to new and expanding water parks around the world. According to the company, ProSlide has led the market in water ride innovation and technology and pioneered nearly every major water ride innovation in the industry for the past 35 years. So, bringing in that kind of a company, it would seem it's not just a repair. Took a lawsuit, took a settlement, took years of fighting after a woman stood up, bloodied, and needing to go to the hospital. Again, I've had families, friends ride this ride. Folks, when you've got a similar injury happening repeatedly, why are you running the ride? And when finally somebody decides enough is enough, I have extensive, lifelong perhaps injuries. I'm going to sue you. Why does it take 2 years for Disney to do the right thing? And only after it's obvious they're going to be defeated. What is wrong with this company? What is wrong with them? Where is their humanity? Folks, we're going to get back to the news, that's engulfing the country and the nation, but I could not let this go away. We covered this on the Patreon the other day, and I talked about, and I go into more detail about some of the injury stuff there, and I think that's the place for it to be. I don't want to be an ambulance chaser. I don't want to speak in grotesque ways or take advantage of what this woman suffered through. The Patreon's the right place for it to be, but I went into detail about just how awful for Disney to force this woman to put up, that kind of proof that I believe would be embarrassing and humiliating to anybody. So we'll go back to the other stuff. We'll go back to what's happening in Minnesota, and we'll go back to what's happening all across the country, and the UK wanting to censor, Elon Musk and AI and everything, folks. We'll be back there. We'll talk about entertainment, celebrities, and how they're reacting to all this. We'll talk about it. But I had to take a break. I had to go to this because this is just too yucky. Yes, come on, Disney. What is wrong with you? And now you know, folks, and now you know. Cast members are great. Water parks are, for the most part, safe. Attractions, fine. But Disney, time and time again, won't do the right thing until they are absolutely forced to. And this is a kids' family entertainment company. You're not some sort of pharmaceutical company. You're not some sort of construction company that's, trying to avoid lawsuits down the road for any mistake you make and that kind of stuff. I know people sue Disney all the time, but you got to get it right the first time. You got to handle this the right way. Why would you fight this and just not fix the darn slide? It can't. It's a water slide. In the grand scheme of things, it costs nothing to you, Disney. And now you know, folks. And now you know. All right, if you enjoy this kind of content, and I mean uncovering what's really going on, click the like button, drop a comment down below. And folks, we're working on getting that subscription from you. If you're not bookmarked to Disney Tourist Blog with Tom Bricker, well, we recommend it. It's one of the websites out there that's doing a phenomenal job of actually reporting the truth. There's a bunch of those, maybe more so, that aren't doing that. But Tom, he's on it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, until the next time we have the pleasure, the privilege, and the joy of spending time together, that's your news for the afternoon. We'll see you at 4:30 p.m. Eastern. And the Wiltonathon is on. That Park Place live, 8 p.m. Eastern tonight. If you don't know what it is, it's a big charity stream. We're going to be raising funds for a kid in need. So come on over to the Wiltonathon at That Park Place live, 8:30 p.m. Eastern tonight. We'll see you all. Folks, I hope you have a wonderful day. Keep learning, keep growing, and keep having fun.
Huh. Hey, Floral. I just wanted to let you know I have a New Year's resolution.
Okay.
Although, I don't want to say it. It might be like a wish. If I speak it, I'll break it.
Usually a resolution is spoken out loud so you can be held accountable to it. Like, my resolution is to go to thatparkplace.com and be ready to see its new facelift, and to make sure I'm always subscribed to guys like Jonas and Pro, Culture Casino, Lorena Creole, John Trent, all of them.
Well, I actually got Slade Wilson to also make a resolution.
What's that?
I'd get in too much trouble if I repeated it. He took it way further than I feel comfortable repeating.
Well, that's probably a good call. But, what's yours?
It's not to say anything mean about Jonas.
How do you plan to do that? You're an idiot.